Hello and welcome to Cricket Next. मैं हूं सौम्य कपूर and India have named three players for the second test. Sarfraz Khan has got his maiden call up while Saurabh Kumar and Washington Sundar have also been included in the squad. Ravindra Jadeja and KL Rahul are not available. They have been ruled out due to respective injuries. But there's one player जिनकी consistent performance और omission from the squad has been raising the eyebrows. We'll talk more about this. ये कौन है ये प्लेयर, इसके बारे में बात कर चर्चा करने के लिए मेरे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं साहिल मल्होत्रा. Welcome to Cricket Next, Sahil. How have you been?
Very well, Soumya. Thank you.
Yeah. साहिल, आप दर्शकों को बताना चाहोगे वो प्लेयर कौन है जिनका ओमिशन, जो कंसिस्टेंट परफॉर्मेंस के बाद भी जो ओमिशन है वो बहुत आईब्रोज रेस कर रहा है?
I think that name is Cheteshwar Pujara, and you just can't ignore what he continues to do in the domestic circuit. I think year after year, it was this domestic circuit only, not in India but in England, which helped him earn his spot back in the Indian team after he was initially dropped. उनको वापस लाया गया. But I think now the selectors have unfortunately kind of looked ahead of him. They are looking to groom younger players, and he continues to score truckloads of runs for Saurashtra in the domestic circuit. Even this season, in 6 innings, he has scored 535 runs at a stellar average as always. Yesterday, you were there at Palam. He scored a fighting 90 odd, and kept Saurashtra in the hunt before they lost 4 wickets for just 6 runs. So मतलब अब क्या ही कहें यार, मतलब चेतेश्वर पुजारा, वी ऑल नो कितना क्वालिटी है पोजेस करते हैं. और मतलब मैं ज्यादा पीछे तो नहीं जाना चाहूंगा. वी ऑल नो व्हाट ही हैज डन फॉर द टीम, व्हाट ही हैज डन इन अवे फ्रॉम होम, व्हाट ही हैज डन एट होम. बट आई थिंक फॉर मी हिज ग्रेटेस्ट नॉक ऑफ द रीसेंट टाइम्स वाज द वन अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया, जहां वो हाफ सेंचुरी इन्होंने इंदौर में बनाया था. क्या क्लास बैटिंग था यार वो. मतलब द बॉल वाज, मतलब it wasn't even turning square, it was raging turning square. And the way he applied himself there, जिस तरीके से इन्होंने the likes of Nathan Lyon को counter करा, I think that was one of the greatest battles to be have seen in such conditions in the last 3-4 years. And credit where it's due. I think Pujara is one of the better player of spin in the recent past in the country. But I personally feel that the selectors have kind of moved on. They're looking at a very new template as far as Test cricket is concerned. Shubman Gill, Ruturaj Gaikwad, आपको scheme of things में दिखेंगे. Then आपको रजत पाटीदार दिख रहे हैं, सरफराज खान दिख रहे हैं, ध्रुव जुरैल कीपर आ रहे हैं. So a lot of things are changing. पूरा लैंडस्केप चेंज हो रहा है, द वे इंडिया प्ले टेस्ट क्रिकेट एंड द काइंड ऑफ प्लेयर्स दे हैव प्लेड इन द पास्ट. अभी द मोमेंट श्रेयस अय्यर वॉक्ड इनटू दैट 11, there was intent all over it. I'll not go into the fact that he hasn't delivered yet in the last 10 matches. I think December 2022 was the last time Shreyas Iyer scored a half century for India in Test cricket. Since then, there has been promise, but no performances to speak of. So, but unfortunate, but I kind of feel that cricket is a funny game. Anything can happen, but I personally feel that we have seen the last of Pujara in the whites until and unless something like major happens. हम second test भी हार जाए, third भी हार जाए, और फिर बीसीसीआई वापस जाए और पुजारा को एसओएस कॉल करे, जैसे अजिंक्य रहाणे को किया था WTC फाइनल के लिए.
तीसरा हार गया तो उसके बाद फायदा नहीं है कॉल करने का, फिर तो आप ट्रांजिशन लेकिन साहिल, यहाँ पे एक चीज मैं पूछना चाहूंगा. ठीक है, अगर केएल राहुल और रविंद्र जडेजा होते हैं और उसके बाद कोई प्लेयर सरफराज जैसा प्लेयर आता तो आई वुड हैव अंडरस्टूड. अब आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस की भी कमी हो गई है. जस्ट रोहित शर्मा हु इज एक्सपीरियंस देयर. श्रेयस अय्यर का बहुत बड़ा करियर नहीं है. फोर्स हो सकता है आपको फोर्सफुली 2 डेब्यू भी कराने पड़ जाए. उस केस में पुजारा को ओमिट करना स्पेसिफिकली, ठीक है, हम रहाणे पुजारा की बहुत बात करते हैं, लेकिन पुजारा हैज गॉट रन्स लाइक 4 मैच 500 से ज्यादा रन. एंड believe me, I saw that knock yesterday at Palam. That was intent, like drives le lo, slog sweeps. It had everything. It was decorated with all the strokes in the textbook. So उनको omit करना, that becomes weird. जब आपके पास vacancy है, what do you?
I think देखो सौम्य, एक ट्रांजिशन हैज गॉट अंडरवे इन टेस्ट क्रिकेट व्हिच वाज लॉन्ग पेंडिंग. मतलब हम लास्ट 3-4 साल अगर देखेंगे, हमने बहुत लॉन्ग रोप दिया टू द लाइक्स ऑफ पुजारा, टू द लाइक्स ऑफ रहाणे, इवन टू विराट कोहली टू दैट एक्सटेंट. Even he wasn't scoring runs. The runs weren't coming off his bat, and it only changed after that Border Gavaskar Trophy 4th test. I'll say probably the Delhi test, because he looked very good in that 40-run knock which he played. And from there it started for Virat Kohli, and since then he hasn't looked back. Runs have come in the white ball format. and then he played with so much positivity in South Africa. Yes, the big runs weren't there, like the big hundreds weren't there, but I think whatever he scored was worth in gold because conditions were very testing, and the way Virat played probably showed his class. And it's kind of little, I would say, unfortunate for the likes of Pujara and Rahane because they don't have other formats to come back to form. They only have domestic cricket and they only have red ball cricket to look forward to for the Indian cricket team. The IPL is there for Rahane, but you never know when that rope is kind of snapped. Kitna अब Rahane IPL खेलने वाले हैं, especially after the kind of buys CSK has done in the auction, recent auction. They have injected young blood. Daryl Mitchell है वहाँ पे. Then you have Sameer Rizvi. तो कितना आप long rope दोगे Rahane को वहाँ पे भी? So इन players के पास ना वो window नहीं है कि आप यार ODI में रन कर लो. जैसे विराट का ODI फॉर्म translated into test numbers and the positivity which we saw. And similarly, Virat scored the long wait for the 100. Virat ka 100 ka ended in a T20 game versus Afghanistan. So these players don't have that luxury, they don't have that cushion, and they only can go back to the Ranji Trophy or go to the county circuit like Pujara did for a couple of years, and I'm sure he's going to go again this year too. So Pujara वो ही कर सकता है, but selectors ने कहीं ना कहीं अपनी
all the more reason, no, जब आपको पता है कि इनके पास कुशन भी और फॉर्मेट्स का नहीं है, then this guy is scoring runs and he's giving and daddy 100 double 100 भी 240. अगर he would have played for his 100 yesterday, he was looking for those 3 points which eventually went to services, but if he was for his 100 he would have got there. He had time, he was set enough. I mean, I haven't seen a Pujara getting bowled out. I mean, उसमें उसका स्टंप उड़ता भी नहीं देखा इतनी आसानी से. He went for a slog sweep of Punia and that just went past through.
So no, I think मैं 100 में agree करता हूँ जो आप कह रहे हो. I think I agree, but we also need to factor in the fact that there's a long queue of players waiting for that opportunity at the highest level. हम इतने टाइम से सरफराज की बात कर रहे हैं, इतने टाइम से पाटीदार की बात कर रहे हैं कि कब और सरफराज देखो सिंस 2020 मतलब अब चौथा साल रनिंग है यार. मतलब उसका एवरेज hasn't dipped, his runs haven't stopped, and he got the call up now. They wanted that 150 odd knock against England Lions for India A, where they were kind of assured कि हाँ बॉस ये बड़े अटैक के आगे भी रन कर सकता है. Then he got that call. So these players have been waiting in the wings for a long time now. Shreyas Iyer, Shreyas Iyer had that breakthrough season. अब कितना 10 साल हो गया होगा यार उस बात को, when Shreyas Iyer scored 1000 plus runs in a Ranji Trophy season, and just look at the amount of test cricket he has played, because there was always that Pujara, Rahane, Virat Kohli, the middle order was always packed. There was no space, and now that space is opening up. So it is time that you inject these players into the setup before. See, cricket is a funny game. आप आज रन कर रहे हो, मेरे को वो सरफराज का बात याद आता है कि रन तो हर वक्त नहीं होते ना. मतलब आज हो रहे हैं, नहीं कल नहीं होंगे, किसको मालूम है यार. It takes one ball. I'm not saying any player is good or bad, but it takes one ball, and that does not say that you're a bad player.
Actually इसी चीज पे आ रहा था मैं. Okay, he scored runs, he scored 150, England Lions के अगेंस्ट परफॉर्म कर लिया, इंडिया में परफॉर्म कर लिया, सब ठीक है. What if he makes his debut and doesn't perform? फिर pressure इस पे. The problem is pressure उस लड़के पे भी आ जाएगा. That is the thing.
नहीं आना चाहिए ना. So I think when you make it to the team, whether it's a domestic side, whether it's an international side, whether it's an IPL side, if you're selecting a player, you select a player because you are, very confident about his abilities. आप उसको एक नॉक के बेस पे नहीं ले रहे, आपका सैंपल साइज बहुत बड़ा है. इसीलिए आप शुभमन गिल को देखते हैं 11 इनिंग्स में रन नहीं हो रहे, फिर भी मैनेजमेंट बैक करती है, बिकॉज सबको उसकी क्वालिटी का अंदाजा है. श्रेयस अय्यर का 150 नहीं लगा 2022 दिसंबर मीरपुर टेस्ट से, तब भी मैनेजमेंट बैक करती है क्योंकि आपको उसकी पोटेंशियल का अंदाजा है. इसीलिए अगर सरफराज, रजत पाटीदार, खुदा ना खास्ता इनके रन नहीं होते वाइजैक टेस्ट, फॉर एग्जांपल दोनों खेलते हैं और दोनों डबल डिजिट्स में आउट हो जाते हैं, स्टार्ट के बाद आउट हो जाते हैं, दैट डजंट मेक देम बैड प्लेयर्स बॉस.